Hello and welcome to part 7 of the Elite Force 2 commentary, where we are back on the Enterprise and are about to be in the briefing room.
What happened?
We responded to a distress call from an Atrexian space station.
Atrexian?
A star-faring people with 12 systems and 23 colony planets in the Brecker Rift.
God, Monroe, you're stupid.
Station under assault by unknown aliens.
We saw no alien ship, so we took a low orbit near the station. That was our mistake.
They swarmed us, using impulse engines built right into their exoskeletons.
Amazing genetic engineering.
They disabled our shields and chewed through our hull before we
I'm
could
not sure
mount
if that's
a
genetic
defense.
engineering
The ship
if
was
you
doomed.
implant a
During the
impulse engine onto
firefight,
your
we
back.
beamed most of the crew
I don't
onto
know.
the
I mean, if they're
Atrexian
born with it,
station.
then yes, it
The
is
captain
genetic.
raced away from the
That's really
area
cool
with the
detail
skeleton
right there,
volunteers.
with the engines of the ship behind them. Because every freaking movie forgets to put them in, despite the logical design of it, or the design of it. I mean, I have a model of the Enterprise, and there's no way you could look behind the bridge with and not see the
We
engines.
don't know.
The Enterprise D you could, because the soft section was way above the warp missiles.
I did not know that. I always thought this was on the side of the,
Aye, sir.
I didn't realize this was
No.
on the back of the bridge. I thought it was always on the side.
No, it was the briefing. Remember when he was fighting with Lily in First Contact?
Shelter Monroe, I'm on the final stage of the
Yes,
shuttle.
I know the
See?
scene.
It's right there.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you're right.
Deck 7, shuttle.
But you don't see the engines anytime. Not in Nemesis. I don't think you go in there in Insurrection, nor in First Contact. They should have been there. They should have been there. The ship lost something. Ow!
If I'm correct, sadly I kind of
Can you believe that?
don't remember what we're doing, unfortunately. I think we're going to the library to talk. Oh no, I'm
Looks like
sorry, we're going to the
shuttle
shuttle bay. My bad. So here's the shuttle bay. It's amazing how pale the shuttles look. I know that's just early graphics, but it's like,
Well, the other thing is they didn't texture them right. There's a mod to actually correct them with the red stripes, and I think they make them slightly darker.
it looks like they need like a shading effect or something that allows like lighting.
It's going to
to
take a
hit.
little longer than I estimated.
I thought Starfleet engineers always worked faster than their estimates.
Getting real tired of your shit, Monroe. Alright, well he has that handled. He's an
Plasma
engineer.
vent leak. It's burning out.
Um.
Get inside the shuttle and use your tricorder to bleed off plasma from the left computer console.
I don't know why he doesn't do this. Now what's funny is that this took me a while to do, so I almost blew up the ship, and we're gonna witness every second of it. See, right above, right under the modulation thing, usually any other time it says 000, but this is like one of the few times where you need to have, you need to hurry up. I think they only do this like maybe 2 or 3 more times throughout the whole game, where you're on a time limit.
La 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 la.
I don't know why I couldn't get this right. I don't know why.
So close.
I mean, it's enough though. I mean, it shouldn't take longer than that. It's nice. It's an interesting game component. I'm not against it. It's a nice way to add some variety beyond shooting. But sometimes it can get a little noxious. It's like, alright, low on health, I need to get some health, and you're like, oh, you gotta do a puzzle. It's like, you.
Come on, team. Let's show them what we can do.
Who the fuck are you?
Exercise caution. These aliens are capable of impulse flight. They're capable of chewing through a titanium hull.
They're capable of falling over when shot.
If they bleed, we can kill it.
So we're essentially stopping by a Trexinian station? Oh, Axtrinian station.
What?
The name of the place.
Atrexian.
Atrexian.
You played this game.
I know. They do have the, like, where you are in the bottom left-hand corner. Unfortunately, even though I played this game in widescreen, it gets to the very edge and it gets annoying because it looks like the words are getting cut off even though they're not. It's just like they could have indented it a little bit. There's a mixture of like CG and the actual gameplay model. It worked. I assume the force field's up to make sure that people don't get sucked into space. So my question is, how does the ship go through it?
I think you have to modulate your shields to meet or match the force field. Then you breach a little hole in it. You know how like they would modulate the torpedoes to go through the shields of the Enterprise in Generations? Kind of like that.
Okay.
The computer systems appear to be functional. Also, I found an Atrexian weapon that seems quite useful for dealing with these aliens. See you at the rendezvous point.
The casualties are staggering. The medical wing is completely destroyed. I have found some survivors. I'll meet you at the command center once I've stabilized.
Alright, I thought we all arrived on the same shuttle. But apparently they're already on the ship.
I think they beamed in.
Oh, okay.
Which kind of
defeats the purpose.
Maybe they beamed in once they were in, because that shuttle had transport. I don't know, Kurt.
Now before we can move on, we do have to fight a little mini gauntlet. Which isn't all that difficult, but it can get a little overwhelming if you're not ready for it.
Gauntlet.
The shotgun is really good. Only problem with it, of course, is just like a real shotgun. It's close, it's close range. So if you need to get rid of more than one of them, you might get a little annoyed because you have to wait for them all to get close to you, and you're gonna probably take damage because they can swarm you from all sides, and there's no way you can shoot in every direction at once. Shotgun's good. It does run out of ammo though. That's something I noticed. It runs out of ammo really fast in comparison to the other guns. Apparently, this is considered a secret area, but if you don't go here, you can't move on in the game. If you have to go in here in order to turn off the fires that's obstructing your view.
Well, some people just run through the fire.
Usually, if you try, I did that, believe it or not, and it usually kills you in one go. So, like, if you walk into a little bit, it's like, oh, it hurts you, and then as you keep going, it's like, okay, you're dead. And you have to fight one more gauntlet right here. And yes, they can ram into you, and they take chunks out of your health. At least 25% worth of chunk. I'm sorry, not 25, just 5%. Guess that was previous damage from the little horde under us. That one took a lot of health for some reason.
Oh, I don't even know where it came from.
They come from the pipes in the ceilings. So yes, that dead person on the ground, these are native people here. Here's one of them. He's just there. You can't let NPCs die. There's no real consequence if you let them die, just like in the first game.
Except your conscience, Kurt.
Yeah, sure.
As a Starfleet officer, it is your duty to provide safety for citizens. Blah 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 stuff.
So I was trying to get the power back on right here, and I didn't realize that something started hitting me. So I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, oh.
You know, you can scan them and get points for that, right?
You get points?
Yeah.
Points for what?
I don't know. Every time you scan them, you get something for it.
I didn't know that. No one told me.
Power restored.
But no, yeah, there's like a library. Every time you scan something, you get it in the library.
Huh. Now you do have to hit this panel. I don't know why. When I first played this game, I didn't realize you had to hit this one. I was actually very confused about what I had to do. So just don't forget it. Just don't miss it. This is also like a level from Elite Force 1. Like, remember near the end game of Elite Force 1 where we had to blow up that thing that was moving closer to Voyager, and we had to pretty much escort a torpedo?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like that. And here's a big one. Now these things look very intimidating, but they tend to be long distance creatures. You just gotta be able to shoot them and you'll be good.
I made it! I made it!
Guess you can say he didn't make it.
Definitely borrowing a little bit from Alien.
Alien, some Doom, some of the very common computer first-person shooter stuff back in the early 90s. I mean, back throughout the 90s and early 2000s.
What are you shooting at?
Yes, you have to kill all the guys in this room in order to move on, because there are two people here. They're not hiding behind the boxes, and they won't talk to you until they're all dead. And I don't know why you wouldn't want to kill them, because they'll be shooting at you if you don't. And this is the alien race, as we saw before, the Trexians.
The Trexian.
Yes.
Invaders? We don't know.
They have vaginas for ears.
It's a really weird open thing, because it looks like the outside it looks like the insides of their, I don't know what the right phrase is. It's like the muscle looking thing. The skin wasn't there. It's being exposed. It's like they could be infected.
We somehow never noticed hostile aliens living in our solar system, or their warp technology is beyond anything we know.
Where are their leaders?
We haven't seen any.
Definitely vaginas for ears.
Type of command structure.
So how do they coordinate their attacks?
We don't know. In between their attacks, they just seem
I look at an inspiration between like a fish, a Ferengi,
wave after wave with no
and Jabba.
Of self-preservation.
Pretty clever tactic for an insect.
I don't know why, but this cutscene in particular looks really good in comparison to like the other ones. I don't know, just when you have the graphics up at the highest possible, it looks very nice.
The last group we sent.
Maybe it's just the setting, maybe it's just the framing.
Maybe it's the fact that there's two vaginas on screen and no man can say, wow, that doesn't look... Unless there's something
Well, I mean, their clothing looks
coming
good.
out.
You can see the stitching on.
But Avaxtas.
I'd rather die fighting than sit.
This is an escort mission. He's essentially going to help you get the weapons in order to progress.
Are they Jamaican?
I don't know. They are. They have an accent, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I have no idea what's supposed to be.
You used to voice it like people.
Okay. Oh, what do you know? Guess they made their walls out of stone.
On a starship?
Stop. Now what's weird is that we opened up that vacuum and I walked through it with no issue, and I don't have a helmet.
Oh, you wouldn't instantly suffocate or die.
I know, but I walked over there with ease. By the way, that is the switch the room I was just in, to turn that off. Don't overlook that, because you might. Yes, your escort, he can die, and if he dies at before you return to where you were, you will have a different conversation with the other guy who remains. Luckily, I don't lose him, so you get the good conversation instead of the bad conversation. Which essentially was Monroe saying, yeah, sorry for your loss, but I got the weapon.
I forgot about the redundant security system. Don't worry, I can bypass it. I think almost done.
See, it's like, holy shit, there's so many of
You know that's an explosive canister, right?
Yeah, but they weren't enough to get around it. And here, I just don't know why I didn't hit it. Oh, I think I was trying to hit it.
Grab a weapon.
Believe it or not, there's actually an Easter egg behind this wall right here, which is actually breakable, but you need to hit it a lot. There's a little cool Easter egg they decided to hide in the game. And that little Easter egg looks like a pipe from Super Mario Brothers. And watch, it starts a little mini game if you jump down. And this is where you can get all the secret trophies. If you do all of this, you get all of them. I did keep falling and dying here because the controls are very awkward. Even though it's in profile, you as a whole are still in your first-person control scheme.
Huh, just like the Enterprise about it.
Yeah.
Is that guy dying while you're doing this?
No, you can actually do it with I don't know why it disappeared there, but no, it usually pauses the game. You have to make sure your mouse is angled correctly so you can just hit W and spacebar. If not, you're gonna have this is gonna be annoying. It's a little cool little Easter egg that they hid.
Get all the trophies everywhere in the game?
Only in this one. because, you know, I wanted to show this off because it's a reference to Super Mario. It's really cool. And this like little retro music, simple beat thing. That's the end of the level.
Cool.
We'll see you all in part 8.